where the investor can bring their families and who could be the family members in an application of the green card?
Yeah, and I think I touched on it a little at the beginning, but it's for their immediate family. And when I say immediate family, that's a husband and wife. So if you're married, you can bring your spouse, or children under the age of 21 and unmarried. Now, we have many parents that do sponsor this on behalf of their children. So, we talked about visas. If your son or daughter is on a student visa in the US, they graduate, they can maybe get a year of OPT and then they have to leave. So we get a lot of parents that sponsor their child for an EB-5. And again, their child can do that adjustment of status now in the US, which is fantastic because they have that student visa. And then ultimately, their child can apply for a job and stay in the US the same way my kids can apply for a job. So it puts them on a level playing field, and that's been a big deal for people.
As we wrap up, could you share a few success stories, some stories of individuals who successfully migrated to US under the EB-5 program, and somehow down the line in 5 years, 2 years, 6 years, 10 years, they got the money back of their investment and they are successful. Successful in a way, certainly for each individual, success could be different. But in general, those who have migrated and they have well settled there, the children are studying, probably they've got citizenship, they're based in US. So any story you can, just for our viewers, I know you may have hundreds of stories since 2008, but one or two stories which more of from the Middle East itself.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we have so many stories, but in particular, one sticks out to me where a gentleman and at the time his fiance were looking at the program. They ended up getting married, and they invested in the program. And to be honest, at that time, the lines were getting a little longer. We had told them, it could be a couple years to get approved, but I think they got approved in about 14 months.
Oh, that's good.
They were able to access the U.S. and since then they've started a small business. And actually, he had a business back home that ran really well, but she came to the U.S. and she found a small business that she started just because she had that drive. They have 3 locations in their business now. It's a hospitality business. And on top of that, they also have 3 children. So they came, no kids, didn't know they were going to have children, and where they were from, they didn't feel like maybe that was the right thing for them. But now not only does he still have his business, but she's a successful entrepreneur. She's done that in the US herself. And they just had their 3rd child and things are going really well. So, it's things like that you see people finding, even though they grew up somewhere else and have made a living somewhere else, really finding that American dream when they come in through this program and locate in the US. So it's what makes this really rewarding for me as a person and for us as a company as well.